Welcome guys to Cruise Biology. In this video we are going to talk about chapter number 21, that is neural control and coordination. If you want to like my videos, then click the like button, subscribe my YouTube channel and share to your friends, right? In this video we are going to talk about the chapter number 21, that is neural control and coordination. Before we are starting this chapter, make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel, that is Cruise Biology, in the sub channel, that is NCERT, right? So let's start about this chapter, right? So first one, that is neural. What do you mean by neural control and coordination, right? As you all know, the function of organs and organ system in our body must be coordinated to maintain homeostasis. It means that regulation of body temperature, regulation of salt concentration, it is maintained by the homeostasis. These systems in our body must be coordinate to each other. Different systems are coordinate to each other to maintain homeostasis, right? You can see here, to maintain the homeostasis. And second one, that is coordination. What do you mean by coordination? You can see here, coordination is the process through which two or more organs interact and complement the function of one another. Two or more system like digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system, they are interact to each other and complement the function of each other. They are helping to each other. That is called coordination. And these all systems that are controlled by neurons, right? Some of these neurons that control this system, that's we are studying how they are controlled. Some other things is also there, not only the neurons that control this all the system, but neuronal control. In this chapter we are going to study about neuronal control and coordination, right? For example, when we do the physical exercises, right, our energy demand will be increased, right? Our energy demand will be increased. It will be increased, right? Increase. And maintaining an increased muscular activity. So if our energy demand is increased, then muscular activity will be also increased, right? The supply of oxygen is also increased, right? Third one, that is supply of oxygen is also increased. The increased supply of oxygen necessitates an increase in the rate of respiration, right? When the physical exercise is increased, energy will be increased, oxygen demand will be increased, and the rate of respiration is also increased. Now that is about respiration is also increased, rate of respiration, but heartbeat and blood flow is also increased, right? Heartbeat and increased blood flow via blood vessel, right? This is the coordinated functions to each other, right? When it will be stopped, then all the activities in nerves, lungs, heart, kidney, and gradually return to their normal conditions, right? They are returning to this normal condition. When in the physical exercise, all these activities has been carried out, but when it will be stopped, so the whatever the activity is going on in nerve cells, lungs, heart, kidney, whatever these activities are gradually, not suddenly, gradually return to their normal conditions, right? Thus the functions of muscles, lungs, heart, blood vessels, kidney and other organs are coordinated while performing physical exercises, right? When you perform the physical exercises, all these systems are work together. All these systems, heart, blood, muscles, vessels, kidney that purifies our blood, then other organs are work together, right? Now in our body, right, you can see here, in our body, the neural system and the endocrine system jointly coordinate and integrate all activities of organs so that they function in the synchronized fashion, right? They function as a synchronized fashion. Which are the two systems? The first one, that is neural system, right, and the second one, that is endocrine system. These two systems are jointly coordinate and integrate all this activity and work in the coordination, it synchronized way. It means that they are coordinate to each other and systematically way of working in the neural and endocrine system. Now, the neural system provides an organized network of point-to-point connections for quick coordination. For this neural system, you have to understand the structure of neurons that we are discussing earlier videos. Then you can. The endocrine system provides the chemical integration through hormones, right? Endocrine system, it integrate the chemical integration via the hormones, right? This chemical integration via these hormones. Now in this chapter you will learn about the neural system of human, mechanism of neural coordination like transmission of nerve impulse, impulse conduction across the synapses between two neurons, right, and the physiology of reflex action. In this chapter we are going to study about all these things, right? We are going to study about all these things, which is the that is about neural system of human, mechanism of neural coordination, how they are coordinate, transmission of this nerve impulse conduction, how the impulse are conducted across the synapse, and physiology of reflex actions, right? This we are going to study about that. Now first of all, what is neural system, right? What is neural system? Right, what is neural system? The neural system of animals is composed of highly specialized cells called neurons, right? They are neurons. They are highly specialized cells called neurons, right? You can say that it is called neurons, right? Which detects and receive and transmit different kinds of stimuli, right? It is detect, receive, and transmit different kind of stimuli is means our response, right? Our chemical reaction of body, right? When we are touching into those hot objects, then we are moving our hand from that is stimuli to our body from this external environment, right? So the neural organization is very simple in lower vertebrates, right? It is very simple in lower invertebrates, right? Lower invertebrates. For example, in Hydra, it is composed of a network of neurons, right? The neural system is better organized in insect, where a brain is present along with a number of ganglia and neural tissue. Now what do you mean by ganglia and neural tissue? Right, that is the components of this nervous system, and neurons plays important role in it is a part of nervous tissue, neural tissue, right? The vertebrates have a more developed neural system, right? So in insects there is a better organized, in or in Hydra there is composed of networks of neurons, and in vertebrates that contains the well developed neural system, right? Now third one, that is these three examples are very important to this exam, right? You can write. Now we are study about the human neural system. There are the two parts of this neural system. First one, that is central nervous system, and second one, that is peripheral nervous system, right? First one central and second one, that is peripheral nervous system. These two nervous system, that is constitutes the human neural system, right? Then CNS, it is called CNS. It includes the brain and spinal cord. That is, brain is located upward, right, upper part, and spinal cord is located at back side of our body, right. And it is the site of information processing and control. This CNS is responsible for the information processing, right, processing of information and control of the information, right. And second one, that is PNS, peripheral nervous system. It comprises of all nerves of body associated with CNS, right. So after CNS, that is brain and spinal cord, right. If there is any nerves that is associated with CNS, right, suppose that is spinal cord, right, that is spinal cord, different nerves are attached to there, right, from this PNS, from the spinal cord, right. This PNS, that is peripheral nervous system, all nerves that is associated with this spinal cord, right, brain and spinal cord, arise from that spinal cord, that is called peripheral nervous system. These nerve fibers are two types. These nerve fibers are two types, that is afferent and efferent fibers. Now what do you mean by afferent fibers and what do you mean by efferent fibers, right? The afferent fibers are the nerve fibers that transmit the impulse from this tissue or organ to central nervous system, right. If you want to more understood about how they are going to transmit, then see the previous videos of class 9th, right. Then what do you mean by afferent fibers? Afferent fibers, right, transmit the impulses, that is electrical impulses, that we are called nerve impulses, from this tissue from this tissue of our body, suppose from this tissue of our body, right, or organs to the central nervous system. It transmits the information from this tissue to central nervous system. Now from this, what is the efferent fiber? This is the afferent fiber, right. This is the afferent fiber. But what is the efferent fibers? And the efferent fibers transmit the regulatory impulse from this CNS to concerted peripheral tissue or organs, right. It transmits from CNS to particular any organs, right, to this any particular tissue, different tissue, that is hand muscles, our leg muscles, right, that is particular tissue. Suppose any hot material you are touched by your hand, then what happens? The afferent fibers, they transmit the information to your brain, and from that central nervous system, that transmit the information to here from to your hand, right, that is tissue, that is afferent. That then and then you can pick up your hand from this hot objects via that after transmission from this CNS to tissue, right. Now generally PNS is divided into two divisions, that is somatic neural system and autonomic neural system, right. PNS is divided into two divisions, right. Now the first one, that is somatic neural system, relays the impulses from this CNS to skeletal muscles, right. This somatic PNS system, that relays the impulses from this CNS to skeletal muscles, right. Here suppose CNS, right, here the CNS to skeletal muscles, right. It is it relays this impulses from this, right, from this CNS to skeletal muscle. Now while the autonomic neural system, that transmit the impulses from the CNS to involuntary organs, right, that is involuntary organs and smooth muscles of this body, right, involuntary organs, right. and smooth muscles of this body. Likewise, our heartbeat, right? That doesn't depend on our will, right? Heartbeat, that is respiration, that is involuntary muscles, right? There is, so it transmits the impulses from CNS to involuntary. That is called autonomic. It means word itself said autonomic, right? And the somatic, it means the CNS to that skeletal muscles, right? CNS to skeletal muscles, right? These two type of this this PNS, right? Now the autonomic neural system is further classified into sympathetic and parasympathetic neural system, right? Then it will be further classified.